Alright guys, so this is my second attempt at Polygel nails. I think I did a little bit better than the first one. I will say that just by like the shaping and then the cuticles, I did a little bit better with filing and ensuring that my cuticles were better. Again, shaping has improved. There are still some things that I need to work on. I've had these on since about 4 or 5 days now. One of them came off, so I'm going to replace that one. I'm going to show you guys how I did that. And I'm going to show you guys what I did a little bit differently from my first Polygel attempt. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. First, you want to start by, buffing and cleaning up your nail. So with the utensils that came with my kit, I'm going to go and I'm going to like scrape my cuticles. Guys, mind you, I'm left-handed, so this was a struggle for me at first. And excuse me if I do these steps a little backwards. I am still learning, okay? And then I know next what I want to do, take my filer and buff my nail. So it's pretty clean. I clean the cuticles, and then I'm gonna take what I saw in a lot of the videos is like dehydration on your nail. So I take the alcohol and I just clean off the nail to do a little dehydration. They say that helps to keep the polygel on your nail. One thing that I did different this time is my kit came with slip solution when applying the polygel, but I did not care too much for this the last time, so I used alcohol instead. A lot of my reviews that I checked out on YouTube, they said alcohol would be a good substitute for the slip solution. So that's what I'm using. So I have here, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have here the polygel that I'm using, which it is the Natural Nude. And then I have my base coat, my top coat. So these are the little clips that I got this time. They definitely help and they make it so much easier. The first time I did my set, I didn't have these clips, and I used these clips to clip the nail fitter on my nail, and it just was not working. So I recommend getting these. They help. So I'll show you guys how I did it. First, you want to get the size of your nail. You want to get the fitter. Is it called filler? Nail filler that fits the size of your nails, and you want to make sure that it fits correctly, not too small. You may even want it to fit a little bit larger than your nail. So this is a perfect fit for my nail, and it's number 5. So I'll take one of those. And what I did this time as well is a little different from the last time, is I put the polygel on the filler first and then I put it to my nail. Last time I put the polygel on my nail and then I put the filler on. This was much easier for me. If you have a preference, whatever you're comfortable with, feel free to do what you're comfortable with. So I just always clean off my brush that I use to apply the polygel. You want to make sure you clean it off, and you can use the alcohol to clean that off, and you want to make sure that you get it good. Okay, so here's the brush that I'm using, the filler and the gel, and I put a little on the filler. So this is about as much as I do, and I'm keeping in mind how long this nail was, so it can match. This nail is pretty long, so I'm doing that. And what I do is I dip it in the alcohol and then on the brush, and I just smooth it out, okay? So here you'll see me smoothing the Polygel, making sure that it's smooth and making sure that it's all along the edges of the filler. And again, you want to try to get an even coat so that your nail is even. Just make sure that it's smoothing out pretty okay. Make sure that you get along the edge. I did miss a step. I want to make sure that I put my base coat on. So make sure that you put your base coat on and you fire that. Okay. So I'm making sure that it's still damp on there. Making sure that it's even all around. And then what I do is I take my nail and my fitter and I fit it along my nail. And then you take your clamp and you clap it just right at the bottom of the nail. So before I do put it under the light, I want to clean up a little bit around the cuticle. I want to clean up a little bit because there's some there. I don't want it to be chunky around the edge of my nail. So I just take some of the alcohol and I just clean up around the base of my nail so that it's not super chunky and around it. So then I apply my clip. And then one thing I do want to make sure that you guys are aware of, once you clip it on, you want to go underneath your nail and smooth it out. And that's going to give you a little bit more length. And also, it's going to make sure that you don't have that chunky underneath your nail. So on my other ones, I did not do that, and they're pretty chunky underneath there. So you want to just make sure that you flatten that up. You'll thank me for that later. Okay, so it looks like it's ready to go underneath the light. Okay. Once that is done, you will remove your clip, and then you will remove the nail filler. And then so this is what it looks like before any shaping, any filing, anything. Okay. I reused mine, so I'm just gonna pop it right back up in there. Okay, so what I noticed is I have some little thickness around the base of my nail, so I'm going to use my filer and I'm going to file it. This brush is actually better for getting the base, okay? And each time I feel like I do get better. That's what it looks like before. So now I just am going to go ahead and use the cotton ball that I used to hydrate it. I'm just going to do it again. Clean it up. Okay, and then I'm going to take my top coat and apply the top coat, and then I'm going to use my light again. right. The finished nail doesn't look too bad. So yep, my second attempt at Polygel, and I feel like I'm getting better and better each time. I'm gonna clean up a couple of these other ones and we're good. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.